So this is unscripted. This is just a narration over a trade that I recorded earlier. As you can see in this section here is my underlying security. It's on the Qs. And Trade Unafraid, I have it set up for the two basic at the money, either a call or a put. As you can see, the put disappeared for a second. Which I like with Trade Unafraid because I have it to where if the spread goes too wide, it won't let me trade it. So even if I hit enter long or short, if the spread is way too wide, I can't enter it. So that's one less thing I have to watch, which is beautiful. Now my indicators are showing a setup here that this is about to break out of this particular resistance here that had happened earlier in the day. So right now I'm just kind of waiting for this to come out, and now I'm hovering because I'm ready. And there the breakout starts. So I'm still hovering. And then it confirms. So I executed the trade. Now, what I have, there's actually two stop losses that Trade Unafraid is going to pay attention to for me. It's already got the limit at my profit point right here set. So that order is already entered at my broker. But these stop losses, it's going to wait until it gets close. Now this one was kind of interesting because it was a little bit of a nail biter. It almost reversed on me right after I opened the trade. And then you can see here, again, it's sort of tracking the progress on the trades that are actually happening. Now right here, my indicators are starting to show that this might start to reverse. So I'm just hovering over the flatten button. And that's what I love about the flatten button is I don't have to tell it, like, fix this and modify that, etc. As we can see, it's starting to go. I don't have to put anything in here to tell it. So it almost hit my profit point there. Ooh, and then it just almost hit my stop. But again, I just let it go. The reason I will hover over the flatten button is sometimes if it starts to indicate that it's going to drop before it actually does it, I'll exit the trade with a smaller loss. So there it almost hit my profit point again. So I have this set up to where it's going to dump about 80 to 85% of the auctions that I bought, which is 24 of them. It's going to dump 20 of them at my first one, and then it's going to do a trailing stop on the last 4. And there it just hit the first one. So now I've got a realized profit and loss of $280. Which is nice because that's over 10%, I think, on a $2,200 trade. And it keeps going. So for the most part here, I can just sit and wait for it to see how much more I can get. Up here is my unrealized profit and loss on those last 4 contracts that are still letting it ride. I do that in case there's a huge move going up. On this one, I don't know if it's going to happen. Again, it started to look like it was going to reverse, so I'm hovering over the flatten button. And I didn't hit the button. It hit my trailing stop right there. So the 280 plus the last 4 contracts brought in another about $52, 15% overall profit on a $2,200 trade. Very nice.